Hey guys, welcome to another video. It's day 3 of our month-long painting a day challenge. I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who has left comments on the first 2 days videos. It's so encouraging to hear from those of you who have liked what's happened so far and who are also going to be painting and drawing every day. That's super exciting, and I'll definitely check out your stuff if you let me know down in the comments that you're working on something. I'd love to connect with you and we can work this month together to make those things that we've always wanted to make happen. So if you're just jumping into the series now, the whole idea is that during the month of November, on the weekdays, I'm going to be doing a painting a day and hopefully uploading each day. So far, so good in that regard. And today is kind of like a sweet, fluffy thing of this couple, the female character on the right and the male character on the left. And I was going for this warm, backlit, romantic sort of sweet moment. And I haven't done a ton of watercolor paintings with specific atmosphere or emotion in mind, and sometimes it comes across as with emotion, which is great, but this time I was being a lot more intentional and really trying to capture the warmth and simplicity and intimacy of a moment here with these characters. And I really loved this sketch when I did it, and there was so much of the process here that I enjoyed, just because the techniques I was using were a little bit different than what I was used to. I was trying to blend the colors together, and I was trying to leave white spaces for light and all that kind of stuff, and just a lot of things that I've always wanted to do, techniques I've always wanted to implement, but I never just took the time to do it. So in that regard, this challenge has been really nice and really successful so far. I've been trying to deliberately put colors together that I wouldn't normally, or just allow myself to deviate from natural colors for the sake of atmosphere and for the sake of color harmony. And I've been really enjoying that, actually. This painting I finished over a couple days because I had the weekend, so I didn't do it all at once, and I actually paused close to the end because I felt like it needed something at the end, and I wasn't quite sure what that something was, but we got there eventually. The piece overall, like I said, was really enjoyable to work on. I really had a good time making these two characters different from each other. I also didn't want to create characters that might be, you know, if I was to describe the scene to you, like a boy and a girl with their foreheads touching together, you know. I didn't want to create characters that would be the typical stereotype of a scenario like that. So I kind of shifted them around and changed the shape of her nose, changed her hairstyle, and tried to give them more individuality and more character with he's got a nose piercing and long purple hair, and I just tried to be a bit different with this. I didn't want it to just... I wanted to capture sort of an iconic moment and a relatable moment, but with unique individual characters. And it was really fun. I think ultimately the effect I was going for, at this point I still really liked it, but right around here when I started to add the higher contrast, higher saturation colors, I feel like this could have been executed better, but I still really enjoyed the piece overall. And the quinacridone gold for like the most. I really enjoyed that color. That's that warm yellow color on the top of the characters, and that one was really fun to work with, and it really lent a lot to the atmosphere that I was going for. I was going back and forth about a background for this piece because I know that I want to do more backgrounds, but every time I try, I never think about them long enough for them to be effective. But ultimately, I did do something simple, and it worked. What I would really like to know from you guys, because, you know, I'm sure there's plenty of stuff that I could talk about concerning these pieces every day, but I feel like that would kind of be a bit one-sided, and I don't really want to just talk about myself and my art for a whole month. So if you guys have any questions or comments or topics or anything that you would like to hear about, or anything that you just want to talk about, I would be happy to talk about these things with you in a video, or we can just start a conversation down in the comments. I'd really like to get more interactive with you guys and let this be a process that we can do more together instead of just me talking to you guys, which of course I obviously enjoy. But I'd really like to make an effort to talk to you guys more as well, because that's another thing that I want to do more of this month. Instead of just improving specific techniques or trying certain things, I want to be more interactive and more social without necessarily just being an internet addict and spending all my time on my phone. So let's have meaningful conversations about things that have meaning. I thought it would be fun at this part with colored pencils to include some real-time footage, just because I know when I see that, there are other artists that I follow who make beautiful, creative YouTube videos, and the use of real-time footage. I feel like the process overall, when you see it in time-lapse, it does help you to see how the artist created the piece, but when you see the footage in real time, you get to see how the artist's hand moves and how they make strokes. Do they do things loosely and quickly, or concisely and slowly, and how much are they rotating things and articulating? And it's fun. You see a lot more personality, I think, when you have the opportunity to see how artists make marks. That I always love that, even more than like a time lapse. It's so nice to just see at least a little bit of real time. So I know there wasn't a ton there, but I wanted to include that for you guys. And we're pretty much done here. It's just a nice, relatively simple piece. And tomorrow is gonna be really fun. I'm gonna be coloring, I'm gonna tell you a secret. I'm gonna be coloring a comic page tomorrow. It's just a one-page single comic, but I'm so excited. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be great. So I will see you tomorrow, and thanks for watching. Bye.